Okay, hello students. This video we're going to talk about some questions that had come in the past, because in the last video we focused on 2019 questions from science and technology, particularly in information and communication technology part. So this time we're going to focus on little older questions to get an idea about where to focus and what type of information is important for us. So this is a 2018 question that we are looking at here. So this question is pretty long, as you see it, and it is asking about something that most of you are aware about. Okay, briefly I'll mention what they're talking about here. So they're talking about technology that allows us to monitor things, that allows us, for example, as soon as looking at a mirror shows a weather report, or you're leaving the home, and many devices can talk to each other and they get turned off, like doors, all lights, fans, geysers, AC machines. They're asking, in the context of emerging communication technology, which one of the following term best applies to this scenario? So which of these things is actually are particularly important, as we are noticing here. Okay, so probably you can guess it very well. This is Internet of Things, where devices with sensors and are connected to each other through network. So that is what we're talking about, Internet of Things. Some of these are really straightforward, so you should be able to answer some of these questions, because which is easier for you to remember and understand it. The next one is a question from 2018. So we have seen that with reference to digital payments, consider the following statements. So digital payments are nowadays very common. So they're asking us to understand the features of them. Like for example, BMAP, that you probably are familiar with, Bharat Interface for Money, allows the user to transfer money to anyone with a UPI enabled bank account. Is that correct? If someone has a UPI enabled bank account, can BMAP allows transfer irrespective of whether knowing the details about them? Indeed, that is correct. So this is one of the great feature and important feature of the app, UPI apps like BMAP. And then while a chip pin technology, a chip pin debit card has 4 factors of authentication, the BMAP has only 2 factors of authentication. Is that true? This requires a little bit of analysis, and this is not too difficult, a medium level difficult question. So chip pin, when you use a chip pin based debit card, when you punch in, first of all, you are using the debit card which is connected to your financial account, correct? So it identifies yourself with respect to the bank account, and then you are punching in the PIN. So PIN is a second factor authentication. That's it. Only those 2 steps that you take. So it's a 2-factor authentication, not a 4-factor authentication as it says here. And also look at the second part of the question. The BMAP has only 2-factor authentication. Is it right? In BMAP, if you are using, you actually have app on the phone. So it connects you to the phone, your financial account to the phone. And next you have to punch in the app. So code for a PIN for the app that you have to punch in. Right? So in the financial transaction, connected to your phone, connected to your bank, and also you need a PIN. So it's a 3-factor authentication, not 2-factor authentication as it says. So this statement is wrong. So only statement 1 is correct. So option A is the only right answer that we see here. So we move on to the next question. The identity platform Aadhaar card. Aadhaar provides an open application programming interfaces. APIs it is called. What does it imply? So APIs basically allows many people who are coding and writing this softwares, gives them enough flexibility to do it on many platforms. But look into the particular type of features that it probably have. So first one, it can be integrated into any electronic device. Any is somewhat confusing to many students. There were a lot of debate that happened whether it is correct or not, but looks like they are referring to many electronic devices here. Like it could be computers, desktops, it could be your smartphones. All of these Aadhaar card enabling can happen through any of these components. So yes, it is compatible with many electronic devices. Then online authentication using iris is possible. You know it, right? They normally collect our fingerprints data along with the Aadhaar card. So also like fingerprints, iris can also be used, right? So this type of method is used in authentication of the Aadhaar card access to many other services through Aadhaar card. So this is also a correct statement as you see. Okay, so next we are talking about, so answer for this is both of them are correct. So option C is the right answer, because both 1 and 2 are correct here. Moving on to the next question. This is a straightforward question, 2018 question. So the terms WannaCry, Petya, and Eternal Blue sometimes mentioned in the news recently are related to what are they? Are they exoplanets? They are not exoplanets. The cryptocurrencies, no, like not like Bitcoin, they're not cryptocurrencies. Are they mini satellites? They are not. Cyber attacks, because there are some ransomwares that have been developed to attack and perform some malicious attacks on computers to steal data. So all of them are cyber attacks, related to cyber attacks. Okay, and another question that we are looking at here is a UPSC 2017 based question. This is, so in India it is legally mandatory for which of the following to report on cyber security incidents. So this is something to do with the mandate related to who should report this. So is it service providers, that as we are seeing here, data centers and body corporate. As per the 2013 IT rules that we have, CERT probably have heard about. As per them, they set up certain IT rules. So all the stakeholders, either it is service providers, data centers, body corporates, all of these people supposed to, mandatorily inform the government related to any cyber threats that they have experienced or noticed. So it is all of them. 1, 2 and 3, all of them are being correct. Okay. So next one is something to do with LEDs, organic LEDs or OLEDs that we are looking into here. In the past also we have seen a question similar to this in LED, but this is specifically focusing on OLEDs, organic LEDs. Are used to create digital displays in many devices. What are the advantages of OLED displays over the LCDs, liquid crystal displays that we are seeing here? OLED displays can be fabricated on flexible plastic substrates. Is that correct? So instead of glass, establishing the semiconductor devices on glass, so yes, it is indeed possible for us to actually look into the place the semiconductors on the plastic substrates. That is what gives it flexibility. So this is indeed correct. Polymers and many carbon compounds can be used for this. And roll-up displays, the foldable displays embedded in clothing can be made using LEDs. Yes, because of this flexible substrates, yes, it makes it possible to fold it. Like Samsung came up with a phone that can be foldable like that. So yes, OLEDs allow it. And then third point they're talking about is transparency. Transparent displays are possible using OLEDs. Yes, ultra thin LEDs can be made. They are indeed transparent. So all three options that we are looking at here are correct. So option C is the correct answer for this question. Okay, so the one we are looking into here is 2016 question with reference to Li-Fi, recently in news, which of the following statements are correct? So current affairs part, they're asking us our understanding about Li-Fi here. So what are you noticing here? It uses light as a medium for high-speed data transmission. That is what it's called LED. LED lamps can be used as a source of information or data. And then it is a wireless technology and is several times faster than Wi-Fi. They say that it is probably 100 times faster than the Wi-Fi technology or wireless fidelity technology. So both of these statements are correct. So both 1 and 2 are correct. So this is a relatively an easier question. So if you are familiar with such developments, you should be able to answer this. So ICT is indeed, the Li-Fi is indeed a technology where such questions are possible. And you probably know about this. OLEDs, as you see, another newer development that we are looking into. We need to be familiar about that. And also they're asking about certain laws related to cyber security. They asked here, and the new cyber attacks, ransomware used for cyber attacks, Aadhaar and some features of Aadhaar here, and UPI transactions that they asked about, and technologies like IoTs that they asked about. Okay, focus on these technologies and we'll learn more about them in the coming videos. But I wanted these questions to set up the stage for you to understand what exactly is happening here. So what are the particular components that we're looking at here. So yes, hope these questions helped you, and I'll see you with few more questions in the coming videos.